Good morning, students. How are you, everybody? I hope you are well. I am also fine. I am Mohammad Zillur, assistant teacher in English of Alokdia Secondary School, NARAIL Shodor, NARAIL. Today, I am going to take a class on tag questions from English grammar and composition of class 9. Now, dear students, do you know the definition of tag questions? I think you know well. Yet I am clarifying it for you. A tag question is a kind of question asked by the speaker after a negative or an affirmative statement during conversation. So, from the definition of tag question, we have come to know that there are two types of tag question. One is affirmative tag, another is negative tag. So, dear students, take your pad, pen and read and be ready and listen to me attentively. And I am going to the blackboard and writing different types of tag questions. Dear students, there are some rules to use tag questions properly in the sentence. The first rule is tag questions. Tag questions. First rule. He is writing a letter. He is writing a letter. Dear student, follow the sentence. This is a tag question and this is the main sentence. And after that there is a comma and after that there is a gap. And at the end of the sentence, there is a question mark. This is a main sentence and we have to fulfill this gap by a tag question. That is, to use properly tag question in the sentence, at first we need to find out the auxiliary verb. Here the auxiliary verb is. We need to put is here for tag question, that is, and then we need to know whether the sentence is affirmative or negative. This is an affirmative sentence, so we need to use the short form of not. That is, instead of not, we should use the short form of not, that is n, t. So we need to use the short form of not, that is isn't, and then we need to use the pronoun and that is he, and at the last of the sentence we must need the question mark. That is, the complete tag question is isn't he. This is the complete tag question. So, dear student, we have come to know that at first we have put here the auxiliary verb, then we have put here the short form of not, and then we have put here the pronoun form. So, dear students, I am going to write another rule of tag question. Please write down it on your pad. Another rule 2. For tag question, we need to use the pronoun of the subject. That is, if the sentence begins with a noun, we need to put the pronoun form of that subject or noun. That is, Taskin is playing football. This is the sentence. So, here auxiliary verb is. Then the sentence is affirmative, so we need to use here n comma t, that is isn't. As Taskin is a masculine gender, so we should put he as pronoun. So this is the another rule of tag questions. So let's go another rule. Rule no 3. This is an important rule, that is, if the statement is affirmative, the tag question would be negative, and if the statement is negative, the tag question would be affirmative. That is, birds can fly in the sky. Another one is, fishes cannot fly in the sky. Dear students, there are two types of sentence. First one affirmative, another one is negative. That is, here the auxiliary verb is, that is modal verb is can. As the sentence is affirmative, so we need to put here the short form of not, that is can't. Can't. As the subject is plural, so we need to use here they as subject. And next one is, the sentence is negative, that is fishes cannot fly in the sky, so we need to use only the modal auxiliary verb and then the subject. We need not put here the short form of not, that is the answer should be can they. This is the two types of rules. So dear student, write down it on your pad. Next, dear student, rule number 4. This is another important rule. That is, please follow it. There are some auxiliary verbs which we need to use in the answer of that question. So I am writing it. Please write down it. That is auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs. That is am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, did, does. This is the be verb. Next one, do verb, have verb. Another one are, these are do verb. I am going to write modal auxiliary verb. That is can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would, must, need, dare, ought to, etc. These are modal auxiliary verb, and for a tag question we need this modal auxiliary verb. We need this auxiliary verb. So please write down all these auxiliary verbs. Now, dear students, follow the examples of this auxiliary verb. That is, we should love our country. Here, this is modal auxiliary verb should. So, according to the rule of that question, we need to put the auxiliary verb, that is should. Should, as the sentence is affirmative, so we need to use the short form of not. That is shouldn't. As the subject pronoun is we, so we should put we have. So this is the answer of this sentence. So now, dear students, have you written all these verbs? I think you have written. Now, dear students, I am going to another important rule for tag questions. There are some negative words. If the sentence consists of any negative words, we need not put the short form of not. That is, then the sentence would be affirmative. Let's go to the blackboard and I am writing it. Negative words. Rule 5. Negative words. That is no, not, never, no, nobody, no one, none, nothing, nothing, neither, nor, neither, nor, hardly, scarcely, scarcely, a few, little, barely, seldom, don't, rare, etc. These are the negative words. If any sentence consists of any of these negative words, we need not use the short form of not. Let's go to the example. Example, that is, there is a little water in the pond. That is, this is the negative sentence, as the sentence consists of little. Follow, here is also little. So this is a negative sentence. So if we, according to the rule, we need to use the short form auxiliary verb is, as the sentence is negative, so we need not use the short form of not. So here the subject there. The answer should be there. There. So another example is, I have a few books. That is auxiliary verb. That is, the verb is have, as the sentence is negative, so we need not put here the short form of not. So I need to put here the pronoun I. So this is important rule. Please write down this on your pad. Dear students, there is another rule we have to know, that is rule 6. That is, if the sentence begins with let us or let's, then the answer should be shall. That is, let us play football. That is, the answer should be shall we. But if the sentence begins with let him, let them, let our, let your, then the answer should be will. That is, let me tell the story. That is, the answer should be will you. So, dear students, there are many other rules of tag question. Today I have discussed these rules. I will discuss another rule in my next class to take the homework. Write 10 sentences using tag questions. So, dear students, if any suggestion or opinion about my class, please contact with me by the number 01701 755680. This is the number. So, dear students, today is here. Be happy, stay safely.